what's going on with Arsenal, because they've been linked with Kieran Trippier. They obviously want a new right back. They want a new goalkeeper. I mean, it's pretty clear that they want a new goalkeeper, which is strange, really, seeing as they had Emi Martinez last year. That's the mission, really. I think they got rid of the wrong one last summer, which I think we all knew anyway.
But who knew he was at the club for 10 years? Because I didn't. He was there when I was there.
Well, we've had this conversation before, haven't we, where the coaching, goalkeeping coaching staff didn't really rate Martinez. He's been out on loan a couple of times. And when he got into the side, I think he actually surprised. And when he got into the side, he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He looked strong. He come in for crosses. He looked composed. Brilliant in the FA Cup final against Chelsea. So I must admit, I would have kept both. You know, when I was saying, because there wasn't a lot between them. I think Martinez might have got better.
But he's gone to the point where he wanted to play first-team football, and he texted Mikel Arteta and said, like, I'm out of it. If you're not going to make me the number one, I am out of it.
But the thing is, with Arsenal, they actually thought they got 20 million, I think, for a goalkeeper that 6 or 8 months before they wasn't rating. And I agree with you. I think he was better for that last half of the season than Bernd Leno was for the first half of the season. And with more games, he got even better. And if you look at Bernd Leno now, every Arsenal fan, as kittens, when the ball gets rolled back to him, we want to play it from the back.
He just doesn't seem to have that. Leno doesn't seem to have that commanding presence. You know, for Arsenal Football Club, I always talk about the Arsenal of old, similar to how I do with Man United. As much as I'm a Man United fan, I do love Arsenal dearly. I spent 12 years at the club, as much as Sam likes to make jokes about my clubs. But I do feel a lot of loyalty towards Arsenal. And, you know, you look at Arsenal goalkeepers over the years, not only David Seaman, you know, Alex Meninga, you know, back in the day, they're good goalkeepers. But I feel like Arsenal have just gone down a different route, Perry, in the last 5 to 6 years. Like, a lot of players playing for Arsenal would not get anywhere near their, like, third string team, let alone the reserves.
Well, because we're the 8th best team in the country at the moment, and that's where Arsenal are on the pitch, average in the Premier League. So it's a massive season for Mikel Arteta, basically the first 5 or 6 games, because with crowds back in, if our results don't go particularly well first 5 or 6 games, it could get pretty sort of vitriolic at the Emirates. I'm happy with the way, I've said before, the way that we're trying to go with young, hungrier players. With, like, Lukongo's come in. I've seen him pre-season. He looks half-decent midfield. Tavares is coming in, obviously, as a backup for Kieran Tierney. If we need another centre midfield player, we need a centre forward if they're going to let Lacazette go. But I'm happy. Ben White, obviously, coming in again, is one for the now and the future, because I think he's got the potential, when I've seen him play, whether he plays centre half or he plays at right back or he plays holding midfield player, but he's going to come to us as a centre half. He has the potential to be as good, if not better, than John Stones and Harry Maguire, if he develops on that trajectory that I think that he should do. So I can see what we're trying to do. Let's be honest, we're trying to reel in Leicester City. That's what we're trying to do at the moment.
If we're completely honest, over the course of the last year, that phrase, I can see what they're trying to do.
No, I couldn't last year.
Is like something that was trotted out so often.
No, I didn't know I couldn't last season. I didn't trot out that.
But someone like Smith Rowe.
But people did. A lot of people say, I can see what they're trying to do. Well, you might be able to see what they're trying to do, but they're not doing it. Well, even like watching them last week, you know, they're trying to do something. They look heavily coached to me. Maybe not
at the back.
Well, they're being asked to
play
out
got good
from the
enough
back,
players.
but they haven't got good enough players to do it.
No, it's not that.
To me, is
right.
the issue.
The playing out from the back isn't the problem for us. It's when we're in possession, when we're in the opposition's final third, our concentration levels ain't great. Because in that Chelsea game, I was doing the commentary 3 or 4 times. Chelsea broke, and it was Werner and Havertz, or Werner and Pulisic 2v1, and the centre halves go drifting. Now it was Murray and Rob Holding. They'll go drifting. The Chelsea 3 centre halves, they just, when they're not in possession or even winning, they just stay. They just stay in their shape. So he's got a lot of work, Arteta, to do on the shape of us when we're defending. But he's not got to be as intense either. You know, you say about coached. Sometimes you can be too intense in your coaching, and you can be overcoached, where you're dictating to players what to do.
I just don't see where Arsenal are going. You know, I don't think they're progressing under Arteta. I really don't.
Well, they have to this year.
No, of course they have to. But I don't think they're going forward. I don't really see a clear plan. I mean,
the clear plan is younger players, hungry players, because we can't afford the top.
Yeah, but someone like Smith Rowe, right? I like Smith Rowe, but is he really deserving of the Arsenal number 10 shirt at this moment in time?
Yes, because where we are, we're the 8th best team in the country.
But it's hard for me, Perry, even though I'm not an Arsenal fan, to see, you know, having to accept that from an Arsenal football club.
Yeah, but we have to be realistic for how far that we've fallen away. Yeah. So where before it was top 4 was a prerequisite, now we've got to reel in Leicester and West Ham and hope that one of the big 4, let's be honest, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, are far and away in front of everybody because Liverpool got their injured players back. Van Dijk and Gomez coming back in. Jota is obviously fit.
Man United are quite far ahead of you as well.
Man United are, but I've said before, with their problem is going to be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to go on to the next level. So you hope
second.
Yeah, but so you hope one of the big teams have a dodgy season because no one saw Liverpool last season with their injuries what they had. But our realistic aim is FA Cup, League Cup, good runs, don't take them lightly, and getting closer to Leicester. That is,
but how has it come to this though? Like over years of just making really poor decisions,
bad recruitment,
bad management, bad recruitment, and not spending enough money. I think. I mean, they were linked with
Sam,
James Maddison.
Spent a lot of money on Pepe and Lacazette. You're talking like 170 million between two players.
Well, Lacazette has done well. I think I'm a big fan of Alexander Lacazette. Pepe struggled with the physicality.
He's also
and
on
the
higher
pace.
purchase. The reason they bought Pepe is because they could play it over.
Well, we had
72
million over 72 years, wasn't it? I think was it $1 million a year or something like that. But he got better towards the end of last season, started scoring goals and started having end product. So I'm looking at realistically as an Arsenal fan, going, if we're going down this route of the younger players who have got something. You mentioned Smith Rowe. If he plays in the 10 or he plays on the left hand side or right hand side of the 3, whichever he wants to go, he will give you 100%. I want my team when I'm looking at them to give everything that they have, and I'll take a few of their deficiencies and inadequacies maybe in possession. But too often in the past, Arsenal, you haven't seen an Arsenal team that's given you 100%.
I don't think Lacazette's the answer though, Perry, either.
I rate him. I
like him, but I don't think he's that main centre forward that Arsenal need.
Aubameyang will end up playing up front.
But then Maddison's talking about going to Arsenal.
Well, no, people were talking about Maddison going to Arsenal. Roy Keane on the TV yesterday was asked about whether or not he should go to Arsenal, and Roy Keane said it would be a step backwards.
Yeah, Roy Keane's been very silly. Very silly man, because Arsenal is a miles bigger club. You're under pressure more when you're Arsenal.
When was the last time that Arsenal won the title?
The expectations... Leicester are better on the pitch. They're a better team. But if
training ground's pretty impressive as well.
Well, no one cares about training grounds, Sam. You don't judge that. Arsenal ain't bad at London Coney, which they spent 25 million
but you're saying on the pitch...
Yes, they are further ahead. But if James Maddison... You go to the bigger clubs, you're judged on a different level. And if he bought into a project where he could be... Liam was mentioned about Emil Smith-Rowe being the 10, go into there and being part of a resurgence of a massive club like Arsenal.
Yeah, but Aston Villa were a massive club once, and Sheffield Wednesday were a massive club
Arsenal
once.
are still a massive club, Sam. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it with the support around the world. Don't worry about the crowds that go in there, 60,000, the history, tradition. But Roy Keane's point, quite rightly, is Leicester are better team at the moment, but of your profile, if James Maddison goes to Arsenal when you're judged on a different level, he's got more chance of getting in the England squad and the England team if he's playing for Leicester. Playing for Arsenal what he has for Leicester. Because the profile, you're under miles more pressure.
What happens when Arsenal are not in the Champions League and stuff?
That's what I'm saying. If he buys
European
in,
football.
If he buys into the project where to make Arsenal getting back to the force they want to be, then Arsenal is a far bigger club than Leicester. Roy was just
they are a bigger club. I do think Arsenal are a bigger club, but I don't think it's a step down.
Don't be silly, Sam.
I think Arsenal still are a bigger club.
I am winding you up.
I know.
He's going so bright.
I just don't see Arsenal going to the levels they were
him.
at. I just don't. I think Maddison should stay at Leicester, and the same as why Brendan Rodgers, you can see what they're building.
They deserve respect, though, Leicester City. I think Leanne's absolutely right. They've done a brilliant job. They won the title in 2016. It was a complete shock for everybody, but they've built on that, developed, and they've really acted in a progressive way, and I think they should be congratulated.
Their structure, the way their club is structured, and their recruitment is far better than Arsenal's in the last 3-4 seasons, you would say.
Oh, look at Patson Daka, the speed.
And how is that going to change, though, Perry? How is that going to change? How are Arsenal going to start to overtake a Leicester? Because I can't see it happening.
No, football's cyclical, right? So Brendan Rodgers is a brilliant manager for Leicester. Their recruitment's great. If you get the right manager in Arsenal, and the jury's out on Arteta, we've just said before about, he's got to start this season really well because he lost his way last season. You get your recruitment better and your judgment of players is better, then obviously you'll progress. So football is cyclical and Arsenal will be back. I'm getting battered here.
This has been my favourite section of the entire programme.
I've got a Chelsea fan and a Man United fan because it's going all right for you two at the minute going, Arsenal ain't a big club.
I didn't say Arsenal weren't a big club.
Chelsea have been relegated. Man United have been relegated. Arsenal have been relegated.
Yeah, but Chelsea won the Champions League, so Man United.
Best teams don't always win Champions League.
It's quite a big honour.
It's a cup competition.
The Sunday Session with Sam Matterface every Sunday afternoon on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.